Hello everyone, and welcome back to Two Bros Game Night. I am your host, Older Bro.
I'm your other host, Younger Bro.
And today we continue in Who the Fuck Did It? The edition of Danganronpa. I don't know, I'm having trouble coming up with ways to tie these in. Point is, it does make some amount of sense.
Whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell? Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Again, she makes them.
I use my scissors, you idiot.
Use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Huh? I actually never noticed.
Yeah,
Oh.
she has her scissors.
She's fully equipped. That's right, so I can kill anywhere, anytime.
Yeah, if I took away her scissors, then she wouldn't really be an effective threat now, would she?
Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you. Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
Yeah, she is totally innocent.
Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
She is innocent of this crime. How?
He really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
And Byakuya, the guy who read the damn case file.
God.
That's why
And whose fucking extension cord it is.
that killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on, there is one person. One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack case.
It's Byakuya.
Select someone! Chihiro, yeah, obviously.
Here's my answer.
He is
Byakuya.
dying.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
You saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was
See?
behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
She absolutely would kill him.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me.
Why is she still in that
Then
position?
I must
Wow.
ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
And the locker rooms, they're suspicious. Nobody searched them. We should start with the girls' locker
You
room.
wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy,
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
on the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
Yep. There's a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make that very clear. A new element has been added to non-stop debates! Absolutely! Next, we're gonna add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. The memorized phrase can be shot once as a truth bullet.
Yeah, blah, blah,
Ugh.
blah. Wait, what did it say?
So now we have to use the fucking statements to contradict themselves. Monokuma file number 2. Okay, so let's see what the Monokuma file number 2 says, first off. Before they say anything. Okay? Monokuma file number 2. Victim is Chihiro. Time of death is 2. Body was discovered in the girls' locker room. Cause of death was a blow to the head. Killed instantly. That probably has nothing to do with it.
He said he found the tablets while rummaging.
Yeah, so we...
Randomly.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet it's something in here. So, 2 a.m., girls' locker room is where it was discovered. Okay. So. So you said Byaku was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
But he was acting weird. How?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it.
Absolutely.
That's a natural reaction for any guy. The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
Because how did you know Chihiro was the person who died?
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird. How?
If you're presented with the opportunity, that's a natural.
The victim
That one.
was Chihiro, who was so of course I
Oh,
would suggest we
motherfucker.
check the girls.
It
There's
missed.
no time
Yeah, it
for
was too
So
fast.
you wish you'd taken me with you?
You got a -5 seconds
Yeah,
because
it's
of
fine.
whatever you did.
So, you
It's
said
'cause I hit
Byakuya
the,
was acting kinda weird,
It's
but
because
he
I
was acting
clicked
weird
right-clicked
too.
on it. You're not supposed to do that.
Opportunity, that's a natural reaction.
The victim was Chihiro.
no, it's wrong.
No! Again, he went to the girls' locker room before he
I'll
found
tell you
out
what's
she
so
was the
strange
victim.
About that, because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
Circular reasoning!
That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Second murder case is I just noticed is going around the circle.
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that.
Yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
that's the second, by the way, that's the second big twist. First twist being that she is the murderer, or that she is like a murderer, but didn't do it.
Yeah.
Second one being that he is connected somehow. What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. You got him cornered, but you acting like he's nothing to do with him.
You're not finished already, are you?
He's
There
not the
must
killer
be more
either.
to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it.
Hey, think about it
We
harder.
just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The differences between this case and the other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible. What could it be? Okay. So now I have to keep track of truth bullets I have and things said in the case.
Library disc lamp.
Okay. So again, I'm gonna stop shooting.
You want me?
Okay. Library desk lamp. So the library desk lamp is saying Byakuya used the lamp often. Extension cord was gone. And the lamp's cord couldn't quite reach the outlet. So obviously she's tied up with the cord.
Yeah.
When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors.
Yep.
And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
Yep.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right. It absolutely was.
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Yep.
Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
Okay.
Nope.
But we know where it is. Blah, 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 blah.
What? The difference? You want me to explain? When I want to kill, I use my very own.
I actually get more time.
She sounds like Harley Quinn.
The body.
Yeah.
But
The voice I'm thinking of is like from,
That's right. It was.
Then there
from another
must be
anime, but yeah.
Like she sounds like Harley Quinn from the Arkham
Yeah,
games.
exactly.
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Motherfucker.
Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
Of course it knew.
What? The difference? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill.
You think they'd stop letting you have these once you shoot them?
No.
It absolutely was.
Then there must
Because I lose more time than they give me back.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Fuck you.
No, it's wrong.
Fucking purple text. No, that's wrong! You did know where that rope was, 'cause it's not a rope.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord,
an extension cord?
Yep.
Yep.
Byakuya, You've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time
Is now missing.
went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That is correct.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message.
Sort of.
I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
No, that's wrong. He's totally calm, unconcerned. And he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved.
I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
No, that's wrong!
No.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
Right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
No, he's just fucking with us.
No.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Sure. Do we really need to?
Yes.
Yeah, he's not concerned.
Yeah.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime.
Why does he want this to be him?
Frankly, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean...
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place
Yep.
somewhere else?
Yep.
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments...
And yet he's absolutely right.
She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
The
Well-
boys' room.
Yep.
I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
Rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? What's the story? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene,
So
Byakuya
it's
had
not
been
him.
confident up till now. Maybe Byakuya never even realized the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Oh, we'll show the proof. Evidence it took place. Something switched.
The rug and
Yeah.
the poster
But I think the one they're gonna probably want
is the poster.
is the poster.
Let's go with the poster.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel.
Oi!
Don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile,
Probably.
the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a
I mean,
boys' locker
people
room.
can, boys
So
can
you're
like boy
saying
bands.
That maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms.
The
You know
rug?
what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you? Protein coffee? While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled
Thank
some
you.
protein coffee on the carpet, but I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, that's wrong. It was moved.
Moved.
Yeah, because we have the other one we have to present.
Haha.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too?
Yep.
But why would anyone do that?
Because the bloodstains were on those
To
things.
move
Yep.
the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing
Yeah, so I think we just found twist 3.
Huh? Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
Yep.
Get into the locker rooms.
I mean, look, it's very obvious why somebody would switch if, like, let's say the murder is a guy. You'd switch it to say that it was a girl, or vice versa. If a girl committed the murder, you put it in the girl's locker room to try to, whatever. Point is, like, you'd swap it. That makes sense.
But Chihiro's handbook
But yeah.
should have only allowed her access to the
Unless
girls' locker
Chihiro...
room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
Wrong, she reprogrammed her ebook.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
No, fuck you. You're dumb as shit.
I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could she have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? Yes, she could have.
Yeah, because she's a programmer.
Broken e-handbook.
Or is it broken?
That's the question.
It's jailbreaked.
Sure.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro
Nope.
really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah, I got it. She must have hacked her
Wrong.
handbook.
No, that's right.
She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh?
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
What?
If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Theoretically, if
last one.
Chihiro was able to use Leon's handbook, she could get into the boys' locker room. But when we found his handbook, it's broken.
Or is it?
Is it really possible?
That is the
Chihiro
question.
really
But the
have
point is that right now, it appears to be broken.
Handbook. She was the ultimate. I'm sure that would have.
No, I don't. She used the thing that was in.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
God damn it. Miss.
That. She could get into the boys'
Every
locker
fucking
Yep.
time. Like, what the hell is with
The
this?
aiming
It
is
has
little
like
bit-
a second off.
Yeah.
must have hacked her e-handbook. She was
Well, the thing is also that it's just very sensitive.
She used the thing.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about
Now.
Leon's handbook, of course.
Good job.
No, that's wrong!
It was her own. She hacked it to where she's a boy.
So yeah,
No,
that is Leon's
Chihiro
handbook.
used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Well,
Quote unquote.
it's not broken according to Monokuma.
Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible.
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Nope.
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one.
Or stealing one.
In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
Really?
Well, we did hear a sound earlier.
So if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook,
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room. Really? But still.
I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
You're skipping a fundamental step.
Yeah.
You finally decide to open your mouth, and that's what you've got to say?
Well, of course, I'm only here to help.
Yeah.
There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So,
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
Yeah, one guy could be with her and invite her in.
Didn't they say something? No, they said something about that. You can't have more than one person go in because you'll get shot.
Right.
That was why we were saying that that could have been the gun sound before.
What are you talking about?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
We can take a break?
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Wow.
Wow.
For real?
Wow, you can just do that?
Thank you.
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations.
She is so
Wow,
smug.
she knows him
Yeah,
so well.
so smug. Oh. So even before I knew it, the trial was on hold, and where she took us was... the body!
Ass.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
I want us to check it again.
To examine the entire body very carefully.
What about the tracksuit and bag?
Yeah, that's missing. That is a good question. Where is it?
Like,
Calm down, Yamada. He wasn't okay with that? I guess he doesn't like necrophilia.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Mr. fucking spiritual medium over there?
Very well. I'll do it.
Oh.
Thank you.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let the boys do it.
She's stronger
It's
than most of
okay.
us.
I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her.
I'm not sure that's true.
Sakura.
what is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action?
It's necrophilia. Calm the... Like, it's not... No.
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go.
Just wait for it, guys.
Chihiro, please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine the body.
Check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
And she's mad.
Not possible. It's not possible.
Oh, it's absolutely possible! Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
Is what?
a boy.
What?
Wow, looks like you're totally clueless, aren't you?
He was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
Thank you, Yamada. Best reaction.
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Ben, it's really true?
What are you gonna... Why are you zooming in? You're not gonna fucking lift up his skirt.
Oh, what? You guys didn't know?
Ah.
I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
It wasn't an actual mistake. She could have killed him.
So that's what
Chihiro was a guy?
Yup, whole time.
Huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting.
I want to leave.
Yeah, I told you. See why I was telling you you shouldn't leave the first time? Because I was like, you're gonna get more pissed off after the fact.
I am so mad right now.
Waiting. Now then,
No.
let's resume the
No.
class trial.
Oh yeah, let's resume the class trial.
Shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
Which means he could have walked into the guy's locker room because he's the only, like, he is a guy. To think that Chihiro was actually a guy, the thought never even crossed my mind.
Because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Which we don't have his,
His handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
This is one of the cases that's very, not liked by the community because of this line,
So then,
specifically.
there should be no issue.
I
with
swear,
Havoc
like,
sexual assertion.
he was just a transgender.
Maybe.
Or
Cross-dresser,
was trying...
whatever, doesn't matter.
The victim
Point
moved
is,
to the boys' locker
he
room.
went to the boys' locker
Later
room
moved to the girls' locker
and
room.
was killed there.
And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed?
So that's twist number 4!
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
There's...
Well,
I am
must
so
admit, I did find it rather
pissed.
odd.
You see why I was
Oh.
telling you this case was like, you were on the web, but you were like 5 steps behind the end of this case. Because it's like, what the fuck?
I knew he
No.
felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
Down, girl, he's already dead.
Now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting.
Yes, it has.
He's off in his own little world.
That's
What
always
about you,
true.
Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
No, that's wrong!
Without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after
Yeah, he's just
all.
fucking with everyone.
But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it.
Yep.
And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Yep.
Mark it as correct?
Twist number 5 that wasn't actually much of a twist. He's not the
I
culprit.
just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and
Yeah, he is just so much of an asshole that he wanted to fuck over this case just to make it more interesting. That's it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
Yes, he is fucking
He
with
is,
you
and
right
he's
now.
enjoying it.
not effing with you right now.
He was fucking with you. Now he's telling you the truth.
I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead, find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say?
But we have no evidence. I mean, we do, but we have no evidence.
If it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
You're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility.
Yep, guys, and we are going to explore every possibility next time because we're out of people who could have done it. So, let's see who actually done it next time. Until then, remember, the future is very uncertain, just like Chihiro's gender. But what is very certain is that you guys are awesome, and that I'm actually not going to speak for Chihiro on what their gender was. Point is,
I'm so
yeah. Point is, you guys are awesome, and there'll be more Chihiro's Game Night tomorrow. See you then.
I'm holding in all my anger, guys, and it's not fun.
You'll be fine.